Divine Essence, guide me from the unreal to the real. Be my light as I walk through the valley of mist and shadow. Allow the scales to fall from my eyes so that I may see more of the truth. All right. So what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about some of the difficulties experienced on the path of spiritual development. Now, in general society, spiritual development, it's not a concept or a term that is typically used. Because I guess in normal conversation, people will say, "Do you believe in God?" And then that equates usually to going to church, participating in some sort of service where you're led by a person and their understanding of the divine, and you're giving your development, you're allowing yourself to be guided in your spiritual development by the understanding of this person who is the preacher, pastor of the congregation or the church that you belong to, and you are giving your faith to understanding that they know what they're talking about. And that's in the general society at large. So now when you get onto the path of spiritual development, you're going to be introduced to ways of conscious cultivation, ways of energy use that's not talked about in the general populace at large. And then when you come with something different, typically your family, you talk to the people that are close to you, right? You talk to your immediate group. And usually your immediate group is like your family and your friends. But your family and your friends were your family and your friends that maintain the same conscious, spiritual, cultural understanding that you did at that time. As your mind grows and goes beyond those concepts, you come around your old social group, you're going to make them feel uncomfortable because you're going to challenge them to grow in your direction. And the truth of the matter is they are not ready for that growth. And so they're gonna feel cognitive dissonance within, and it's not gonna make them feel good, and they're going to reject you and your understanding. You must understand this as a part of the path that you are walking. But you're not alone. By and large, by far, you're not alone. So one of the techniques, one of the tools that you will be introduced to as you grow is the use of crystals. Now, anybody that knows me knows I wrap crystals. I love crystals. I go crystal mining. I go to crystal shops across the United States. I'm just like, give me a crystal and let me just go with it. And you know, people have a certain way about that. People feel a certain way. They're like, I don't want to deal with that because that's dealing with energy and it's against the God, so on and so forth. And these are people that don't even read their own Bible. And so this particular upload is for those brothers and sisters that engage with people that they know and that are into crystals, that get challenged by them. I just want to give you some information about how the Christian Jewish God told the priests of Israel how they were instructed to use crystals to communicate with God. So I'm gonna I thought it would be good to kind of take it from the source, KJV, HB, as we understand this topic and this conversation. So I am going to be reading from Exodus 28. So so Moses and God is giving instructions on how priests should conduct themselves. I'm just going to read it and see, let you hear it from the horse's mouth. Exodus 28 verse 1. And take thou unto thee Aaron, thy brother, and his sons with him, from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar, Aaron's sons. So this is the priestly line of Aaron. And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty. So usually when something is holy, it's consecrated unto God. It has an essence, a feel of the divine presence there. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, and that they make Aaron's garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. Minister unto me. Minister is to communicate. So make these garments so that you may communicate with God. And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate, an ephod, and a robe, and a broidered coat, a mitra, and a girdle. And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And they shall take gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine linen. So it should be gold, blue, purple, and scarlet, fine linen. And they shall make the ephod of gold, blue, and purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen with cunning work. It shall have the two shoulder pieces thereof joined at the two edges thereof, and so it shall be joined together. And the curious girdle of the ephod which is upon it shall be the same, according to the work thereof, even gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine linen. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and grave on them the names of the children of Israel. So you use the stones as a substitute. You use onyx crystals for Israel. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shalt thou engrave the 2 stones of the names of children of Israel, and thou shalt make them to be set in ouches of gold. Whatever an ouch is, I don't know. And thou shalt put 2 stones upon the shoulders of the ephod for stones of memorial unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear in their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for the memorial. And thou shalt make ouches of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold at the ends of wreathen work shall thou make them, and fasten the wreathen chains out of the ouches. And thou shalt make a breastplate of judgment with cunning work. After the work of the ephod, thou shalt make it of gold, blue, and purple. So it's a breastplate of judgment. Judgment means being able to discern the truth in a situation. This is all how a person would communicate with God. 4 square it shall be doubled, a span shall be the length thereof, and a span shall be the breadth thereof. And thou shalt set in it settings of stones, settings of crystals, even 4 rows of stones. The first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a carbuncle. This shall be the first row. The second row shall be an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row, a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst. And the fourth row, a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. And they shall be set in gold in their enclosings. And the stones shall be with the names of the children of Israel, 12 according to their names, like the engravings of a signet. Every one with his name shall they be, according to the 12 tribes. So that was kind of long. It's very interesting that's the way that stuff goes. But there you have it. You use, when you're in the priestly office of Aaron. And when you want to discern wisdom to judge, you wear a breastplate of crystals. And what are they for? They are for ministering unto God. What does that mean? They are for communication with the divine essence. Purpose of crystals. How to use energy to communicate with God. Oh.